I've got an opinion on how this scene should be scored. That doesn't mean that in another context, this could be scored the way you've scored this. I'm excited. Let's see. I love this scene. This one is tricky.
So, says you're convinced the underlying mortgages in these bonds are solid loans?
That is our opinion,
Oh,
yes.
crack the tape. Have you looked at the loan level data?
What do you think we do
you're giving
here
these
all
loans
day?
to anybody with a credit score and a
Excuse me,
pulse.
sir, what do you think we do here all day?
I'm not sure. That's why we're here.
Here's what I don't understand.
Check, we recheck.
If these
check
mortgage
again.
bonds are so stable, if they are so
Check
solid,
your friend.
have you ever refused
We
to
stand
rate?
That's
behind
delusion.
that. We
Georgia,
stand behind
have
that.
you ever refused to rate any of these bonds upper just AAA? Can we sit and pick one?
Oh, I'm under no obligation to share that information.
Just answer the question, Georgia. Can you name one time in the past year when you checked the tape and you didn't give the banks AAA percentage they wanted?
We don't give them right down the road. If we don't work with them, they will go to our competitors. Not our fault. Simply the way the world works. Yes,
Great work. Okay, I know this movie very well, and I've seen this scene scored many times, so I already have an opinion regarding this scene. I know where it comes from, where it goes. I know the style of the movie as well. I've got an opinion on how this scene should be scored. That doesn't mean that in another context, this could be scored the way you've scored this. What you have done is that you told a story, but there's a beginning of an end. There's a structure to your music. There's a clear direction, right? And the music doesn't necessarily follow what's going on in the scene, and that's perfectly fine. And the reason why, in my opinion, the tone doesn't quite work is because of the drama that it adds to the scene. The music is telling too much, in my opinion again. It's telling too much for this movie and this scene. In another context, this could work. How I would have done this? Way more subtle, less intense. And then there are some moments where I would have changed, like the structure. So let's take a look at this, and here's what I would have done.
Point partners. How can Standard & Poor's help you?
Well, we don't understand why the ratings agencies haven't down.
What do we expect after this? A repetition. Anything that's symmetric, 2, 4, 8, you can expect a repetition. And if we do something that's symmetric, hopefully it's not going to have as much weight. And then when it comes to pulses, we've got different amount of aggression or intensity or whatever it is, right? So I think the pulse is the right thing to have here. You could have something like... like this level. So here's basically a pad, and a pulse is a little bit too dark, but I'm talking about this level of intensity. In comparison, if we have something like this,
A downgraded subprime bonds since the underlying loans are clearly deteriorating.
here I think it's a little bit too intense if we go for a different approach. Hey, we are enrolling for Momentum right now. Momentum is a program where you get to work with some of the biggest Hollywood composers, and you end recording with an orchestra, Fox scoring stage, your music gets mixed by Danny. Sounds amazing. It's long to explain. If you want more information, there's a Q&A video down below where I explain everything about Momentum. And if you are ready to enroll, there's another link where you can apply to Momentum. So application only. Alright, let's continue to the video. So, something more subtle. Dun, 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 dun.
Point partners. How can Standard & Poor's help you?
Well, we don't understand why the ratings agencies haven't downgraded subprime bonds since the underlying loans are clearly deteriorating.
Well, the delinquency rates do have people worried, but they're actually within our model.
Boom. Where you added all the law, I agree that that's kind of like where everything starts. Like, I've got a question for you, you've got a BS answer for me. All right, let's see if we can get to the truth of the matter, and here's where the game starts. Like, I would have the same thing that you have so far in terms of a structure, but just way less intensity. So maybe like just like a neutral, subtle pad or pulse, and maybe here have some a little bit more depth with something like a sub-bomb or something like this at this point, and then keep it very, very subtle.
So,
Says you.
Oh, one thing that I like is hybrid. I think it works great. It's a more modern type of documentary. Pads and pulses, drones and things like this work very well for something like this. Go.
you're convinced the underlying mortgages in these bonds are solid loans?
That is our opinion, yes.
Keeping things settled, you can hear add a little bit of tension because clearly they're like she's bending the truth, she's not telling the truth, so there's, you know, they are hiding things, and it's not just a small little lie. Like this puts in jeopardy so much. So you can add textures that have a little bit, not too much, not too dark, but a little bit of tension.
Data.
What do you think
I
we
mean,
do
you're giving
here
these
all
loans to
day?
anybody with a credit score and a
Excuse me,
pulse.
sir, what do
Now, at this point, with the music just keeps going, right? It's just not because every phrase that they say we have to change. We just keep going with what you're creating.
What do you think we do here all day?
I'm not sure. That's why we're here.
Here's what I don't understand.
Check, we recheck.
If these
check
mortgage
again.
bonds are so stable, if they are so
Check
solid,
your friend.
have you ever refused
We
to
stand
rate?
That's
behind them.
delusion.
We
Georgia,
stand behind
have
them.
you ever refused to rate any of these bonds arbitrary?
The way you've done it in a different context, it could work. I would continue to go in the same direction. Still, this is not still a change for this scene, in my opinion. In terms of a structure, they're still having an argument. There's nothing that has changed. So we continue with the same thing that we had.
To share that information.
You just answer the question, Georgia. Can you name one
Answer the question. Now they are insisting. They were being understanding and polite, but now they are insisting. Like he's insisting, asking the same question. Please answer the question.
one time in the past year you checked the tape and you didn't give the banks
Now there's a hint. Like you can clearly tell whatever she's hiding, she's about to say it. Now you can reveal this with the music or not. The reason why I'm saying maybe you don't need to do anything musically is because you can tell like she's doing the job, so the music doesn't need to do anything else. What you can do, you can stop. Right, you can stop because like preparing for what's to come. She's gonna say something and then react with the music once she says that. If we don't give this, they go to the competition sort of thing, right? That's when the music changes, not earlier. You can hit this twice, once when she reveals and then another one for the reaction as a kind of like a coda or ending of the cue. That's it. That kind of like swell or stinger that you've done, I like it, and it could work well to transition to the next scene. So I actually, that musical gesture, I like that very much. It could definitely work. There's nothing wrong about it. It's a bold approach for sure, and this works very, so like if it works great, and the directors love it. Take that bold approach, it just nails it. So it could work. Great job. The music sounds great. Production's fantastic. Love it. Hey, you watched the video till the end. Congratulations. Alright, so just comment with the I'm a composer hashtag so I know that you've watched the video till the end. And also please consider subscribing if you haven't already. Click the subscribe button. This does three things. First, YouTube is gonna show our videos in your homepage. They are gonna be there when you need them. Second, helps our channel grow, makes us happy to see that number increase. And three, most importantly, it lets the algorithm know that what we are doing matter, and YouTube is gonna put our videos in front of composers like you that want to grow and learn. We're gonna continue to post free videos to add value, but please help us reach more people. Alright, thanks for watching, thanks for your time, congrats again for watching the video till the end. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.